Hickok 45 here. Welcome. Today we're going to review a Colt single action Army. Let's go ahead and shoot it. Oh, forgot. Don't have it. John locked it up on me. Quick, gotta get it out. Get it out quick. Yeah, and shoot it. Except it's not loaded. No, I knew it wasn't loaded. We're going to look. Y'all have been requesting the Colt single action Army for a long time. And so here we are just now getting around to looking at one, you know, original Colt in 45, okay? Believe that? Yeah, if you're brand new today, you might, but nobody else would believe it, right? We have looked at 45 Colts quite a few times because they're one of my favorites. They're one of America's favorites. They're one of the planet's favorite firearms. The old Colt single action. Wow, just think of all the Westerns and all of the real use in the real West of these and other firearms. Bang! No, it's not loaded, but I can load it. You want me to put bullets in it? I can do that. So while I do that, now these I'm going to start out shooting my hand loads, and then I'm going to go to the Federal, a couple different Federal rounds in 45 Colt. Okay, so let's just go ahead and smoke some pot, because I doubt this gun was used to smoke pot back in 1907. It might have been. Yeah, it has now, that's for sure. I bet it didn't break many plastic water jugs in 1907. It might not have shot a paper target like that, but then again, it might have. I got the bowling pin back there. Now it prints a little high, as you can see. Okay, so I brought it down a little bit. 3, 4, 5. So it should be empty, right? Yep, because I load 5. Even on the range, I do it. Big controversy around the Hickok 45 channel, isn't it? Why do you just load 5? We've got a video on it. Go look at it. It's called Should You Load 5 or Should You Load 6? At least the title of it. Maybe I'll put the link in this description of this video. There's a good reason for that. And there's a good reason to get in the habit of it. Okay. So that video explains all that. But so those are some of my hand loads, 250 grain. All right. Classic round, and let's maybe put some others in. But first, this is you've seen. You know what? I don't know. If I linked all the Colt single action videos, it'd be a long description, wouldn't it? You know how to search a channel. If not, go to the little FAQ video we did. 54 is the number on it, and it shows you how to search a YouTube channel, because our stuff is not in what do you call it, playlists. Except actually the FAQ videos, pretty much all of them are. There's things like that are, but as far as military rifle, all that, gave that up a long time ago. There's no way to get all that caught up. But you know how to search a YouTube channel for anything you're looking for, and search it for Colt single action. You know, just Colt 45, Colt SAA, and you'll pop up a lot of videos on these fine firearms. Okay, so that was a joke to begin with. We have done a lot of videos on this, but not this particular firearm. This one is a 1907 model, okay? And the way you tell that, again, is by serial number. And I traded into this recently, and I really like it. Now, if you're not into these older firearms, maybe you think, oh, that's an ugly old rusty gun, got some pitting on it, looks like. Yeah, but boy, it's mechanically sound and seems to be you know, pretty much correct in its part, the vintage parts, the grips and everything. The bore is really good. Mechanically, it's really good. Somebody just, I think they had it in the holster and it got damp, and so you got some pitting there and that sort of thing. The other side's better, and the chambers and the barrel are really in nice shape. So, and mechanically, it seems really good. You can even have some of the color case hardened still on the hammer. So you see guns like this where maybe they got moisture somewhere on it or different things, but the firearm has definitely, other than that, not been abused at all. And 1907 is a good ways back. My gosh, that's my Kentucky relatives tell me that's almost 100 years ago, 1907. And you know, so a lot of time for abuse there, right? But most people take pretty good care of their firearms. Not everybody. Not everybody. Let's load it. That's what we're about to do. Let's put 1 in, skip 1, and then put in 4. That's how you do the, well, we call it the John Wayne load. It's just the cowboy load. It's the old West load. Okay, again, that's well explained and demonstrated in that video. Okay, I wonder if Billy the Kid ever shot a 2-liter. I bet he didn't shoot a pink one, if he did. I wonder if he ever shot a stop sign. Right in the middle. So I sort of know where to hold. I bet I can put one close to that. Yeah. Now, if I hold right in the middle, oh, it goes a little high. Okay, so I was holding a little bit higher than I meant to, but it does shoot a little bit high. I'm going to shoot the red square there. Oh, empty. A little flinch too. All right. So 5 shots is 5 shots. No way you can increase it without reloading it. Yeah, these are special old firearms. They were very, very popular, of course. You know, back in the 1800s and even in the early 1900s, and they're still very popular now. You know, it's just that they're used for a different purpose. Not as many people use them for their primary carry gun, although some people do. You can do worse. You know, it's that shot, that first shot, that second shot that really matter, and putting it where it needs to go. You know, so just because you had nothing but this would not mean you're exactly unarmed, because you pull that, cock it, and boom, 45. Yeah, still a big chunk of lead, lethal. You know, no matter how you slice it. But to me, it's a beautiful gun. To some, it might not be. But look at that thing. It's just neat. Gosh, the age, 107 or 1907. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm gonna load something different in it here. Take a couple shots. Just wanted to bring it to you. I don't know, the Colt single action, just a little review again, like I just did on the 5 shots instead of 6. You know, when you're at the range, you could load 6, but that's just what you do. I'll put in 5, half cock on these old ones. We have a lot of new people. Some days it's thousands just in a day. So again, on these old action single actions, you go to half cock. I'll put it all the way down. Go click, click. You have 4 clicks with the Colts. And we're at the second one. We're at half cock. Okay, that's where you do your loading and unloading. 1 in, skip a chamber, then put 4 in. And the cool thing about it is, when you do that, you get that last one in, close the gate, you cock it, and it's going to fall in an empty chamber. All right, and then it's ready to go 5 shots. See, that's what they used to do. Okay, especially if they're going to be carrying it. Now, if you're going to battle in a couple of minutes, you'd open it up and put that 6th one in. All right, so that's called sometimes a John Wayne load, but that's just what you do. He demonstrates that in a movie or two. You know, it was important stuff. All right, and the thing I didn't show you there, which I will, after I shoot a cowboy desperado. Oops, sorry, cowboy. Cowgirl. All right. So the windage is just perfect on it. Yeah. Very accurate little gun. Windage is right on. You just have to remember, as you do with most of these, to hold a little bit low. And on the belt buckles, they say. And the other thing I didn't say, I meant to, is you never let the hammer down unless you cock it all the way back. Okay, so that's just it. So if you, whatever you're doing, if you bring it back to half cock for any reason, which you will, you don't want to let it down from there. You could do it, but it's easy to mess up the action. Okay, you want to go all the way back and then all the way down. Okay, just always do that. That's why if you see these at a gun show and you're obviously maybe not knowledgeable about them, the owner may be reluctant to let you touch it or handle it. All right, I would be. You know, I don't let people handle these unless they know how to do that and handle them, or to cock it at least. You know, I'll show them. You know, I mean, I'll show people, and then they can do that. But just always make sure you cock it all the way back and all the way down. That's it. Just if it's going to be cocked at all, it needs to end up going all the way back and then all the way down, no matter what you're doing. Unloading, loading, just messing with it, whatever you're doing, and you're very unlikely to mess up the action. All right. Gosh, I don't know what else I can tell you about. 1907. Oh, these other guns I have out. Again, just table decorations, because the 1892, which you have seen, and the 1897 Winchester shotgun. These are a couple of firearms that a person carrying this firearm in 1907 or 1910, you know, might have owned. It might have been his battery of guns, right? So just thought, you know, they all kind of fit the same era, even though they're made in different dates. But if you're still carrying in the early 1900s, yeah, well, even the late 1800s, you're carrying one of these, you know, or if you're carrying one of those, you'd have one of these maybe, and, you know, maybe an 1897 shotgun. Okay, so just kind of the time period there. We'll shoot a couple more times, and then we'll let you go have lunch. I always say dinner, but some of you are probably having lunch, right? Oh man, big old 45 slugs. As I have pointed out many times, it's so cool to have a firearm that's over 100 years old and be able to go out and shoot it and enjoy it. You know, and then clean it up, and you don't really take away from it as long as you're careful with it, take good care of it. Like, I will never let pitting like that appear on any of my firearms. Somebody else back along the line, you know, caused some damage to this firearm. Not serious, but they allowed some pitting to occur, and that's on them, not me. I guarantee you it will not increase under my watch. Okay, I'm you know, when you own something like this or any of these firearms that are on the table, you're, in a way, you're like a museum curator. You know, we're all short-lived. These guns will all outlast us, but for the time being, right now, it's in my possession, so it's kind of my responsibility, I feel like, to take care of it as best I can. Go ahead and use it and enjoy it, not abuse it. All of these, and some others I have, as you know, and just treat them well, enjoy them, and then pass them on when I'm gone. And someone else can do that, and hopefully they'll take care of them. And so for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, hopefully, someone could still fire this exact revolver. They might have to replace maybe a trigger spring, maybe, or something, a little internal part, whatever. But it should last almost indefinitely. Almost. You know what? I'm going to attack these 2 liters here. Uh-oh, one of them leaking or something. There we go. Let's try a plate. Oh, see, it swings them pretty well. It's a 45. Yeah. And I guess we need to put one on the gong. I think I have one left. Probably should hold in the leaves right in front of it. And maybe I'll hit it. Got him on the last shot. And you know something I am noticing with this one? It's empty. Yeah, see, I shot 5. The front sight, I was meant to get the magnifying glass out and look at that more closely. You know, somebody, I think, braced some brass, put some brass on that, didn't they? Yeah, that's pretty cool, because I've noticed it's more visible than most of my front sights on my Colts. But yeah, they sure did. They got some brass onto that, and that, I thank them, whoever did that. That really makes it stand out. Somebody knew what they were doing. So I'll unload it. And again, that doesn't have to be a torturous activity. You don't have to scratch the gun, just get a hold of it correctly and it'll come right out of there. Another thing I've pointed out, in some Westerns, it's so funny, those big chambers. Aren't those cool? That is cool. Big old chambers, big old bullets. But I have pointed out before that, you know, it's so obvious, some of the actors, even in the Westerns, the older Western, they just struggle with these things. You can see it's very, very clear. You know, they're unloading this thing, and they shoot it, they finish it, and they're, you know, shaking on it, and they're working on it, and they're having a really hard time getting those cases out. And it's really not that hard if you take your time and do it correctly. So anyway, I know you've been wanting to see a Colt single action for a long, long time, like I said earlier, so we thought we'd bring one to you. I even put my El Paso rig on today just to commemorate, celebrate this fine pistol. And maybe I'll just leave it in there, wear it around for a few weeks. You know, I think that's a cool thing in Tennessee. I think of that occasionally. We can open carry in Tennessee if we want to. This could be my open carry rig, really. Probably should do that. I could carry this gun in this holster and just never take it off, unless I'm going into a post office or something. You know, so it's an idea. So if you see me, it might be what I'm wearing. You know, lies I can tell you about the Colt single action. One thing that's certainly not a lie is I really enjoy them. And again, if all you have right now are AR-15s and polymer pistols, they're great. I would advise you to branch out, okay? Get into a little more variety, study a little history, maybe if nothing else, watch some cool old Western movies. It'll give you the fever, if nothing else will. So anyway, Colt Single Action Day, 1907. I'm glad to bring it to you. Life is good.
Hey Dad, will you throw me another pot? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just setting up here for another video. Wanted to remind you guys to check out our friends over at SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. They are a fully accredited online distance learning program where you get certified in gunsmithing and get an associate's degree in firearms technology. They also accept GI bills. So check them out over at sdi.edu. And also check out our friends at vaultecsafe.com. You've seen the pistol safes on the main shooting table in some of our videos, so check them out if you need one of those. And also go to hickok45.com and you can find basically everything that you need to know about us. You can see all of our various supporters over there and stay up to date on our Facebook pages and Twitter, Hickok45 on Facebook, The Real Hickok45 at Instagram. There's also the Hickok45 and Son YouTube channel, all that kind of stuff, and full30.com. We've got videos over there. So just go to hickok45.com, and that's where you can basically find anything else you need to know. And also our store, don't forget that.